If you're over the age of 60, if you've been taking aspirin, to basically, they say you should not start taking aspirin to prevent a heart attack or stroke. That's the big headline. But they also say as young as 40 to 59, if you have a risk of heart disease or stroke, significant risk, you should talk to your doctor about the benefits. And let me just tell you quickly, Kate, because as many times I've reported on this, the next question is, well, how do you know if you're at high risk or high risk enough for this? There are various risk calculators for this sort of thing. The American College of Cardiology will just go ahead and put this up on the screen, but you should go ahead and estimate your risk based on your own profile, your age, your gender, any blood work, things like that. And then you can figure out what is your risk over the next 10 years of having heart disease, plug that in, you'll have a better idea of your risk and see what that means in terms of aspirin. But they really want to dial back, I think here, the number of people who've been taking low-dose aspirin to prevent a first heart attack or stroke.
And significant, this isn't another study, not to diminish or downplay the significance of studies. This is a final conclusion, a final recommendation. So what does this mean for the millions of people who have been taking aspirin to try to lower their risk?
Yeah, that's a really good question because, again, you talk about this close to 30 million people who sort of find themselves in this bucket, people who've not had a heart attack or a stroke, people who are doing this for prevention. And what was interesting about that number is that about a quarter of people, of those nearly 30 million, have been taking the aspirin on their own, not without some sort of doctor's recommendation. There is no specific guidance here. I think clearly they're saying people over the age of 60 should not be starting aspirin for prevention. If you're falling into those earlier, 2 decades, 40 to 59, which I'm in, and I have a risk of heart disease, then you got to talk to your doctor about that and do that risk calculator. People say, look, I'm at risk. Well, that's a quantifiable thing. How much is your risk really? And then that might help you actually balance the benefits of taking a low-dose aspirin versus the prevention. You got to keep in mind, people have often said, look, it's an aspirin. How big a problem can that be? But the risk of bleeding, the risk of causing GI bleeding, gastrointestinal bleeding in particular, the risk of bleeding elsewhere in your body if you've had some sort of trauma can be significant, and that risk goes up as you get older.